video, I'll be answering all your book related questions, including what is the right age to read the book, what kind of book should you read, and how you should read it. I think one of the most frequently asked questions on this channel is how do you read to your baby, or when do you start reading to your baby. I'm going to answer all book related question, and I'm going to show you how I read to Aravi. A clip of me reading to Aravi will not help you. I'm going to make this as helpful for you as a parent as it can be. So I think the number one question always is, when do you start reading to your child? My answer to that is you should have started yesterday. Studies in fact often suggest that pregnant women should read to their unborn baby. I personally did not read to my bump. I just didn't feel, I don't know, that felt weird to me. But however, I did start reading to Aravi when he was literally a few days old, and I didn't read books to him, I didn't read baby books to him, I read the news to him. The main reason I did that was because I was a new mother, I'm a first time mom, I have no clue about how to raise a child. Aravi is the eldest child of the family, which means he's the only child in the entire extended family right now, and because of which I didn't know how you talk to a baby. And that is why I started reading the news to him, because I wanted to read the news. I was feeling very left out from the world. I was so busy with, being a new mom. So I wanted to read the news, and I just felt that I'll just read it out aloud to my baby, so I have at least something to talk to. Like, honestly, you feel like you have a newborn baby, it's so much fun and games, but there are also times when you're like, what do you do with this now? Like, you have a baby, what do you do with this? It's literally like that. When you're a new parent, you don't know what to do. So that's kind of why I started reading the news to Aravi, and that's where our reading journey begun. So basically, to answer the question, when is the right age, or what is the right age to start reading to your child, do it today, do it now. Whatever you have in front of you, grab it and read it to your child. The next question, so I'm going to try and make it like a question answer thing, so it's easier for me to kind of tell you all the information that I have. So the second question that I do get asked often is, how do you choose books, or what book should you buy for your baby? So I have a lot of books here. Aravi has a lot of books. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you age-wise kind of what's appropriate for your baby. So if it's a newborn baby, and I literally mean a newborn, you can get a book like this, which is high contrast books. So newborns, babies can't really see that well. So what you want is a black, white, red, these three colors to be predominant in the book, and just have like kind of one solid picture. So not a lot of prints going on, just solid pictures. This is the kind of book you're looking at if you're looking to read for somebody who's, say, 0 to 3 or 0 to 6 months old. Of course, even now, Aravi likes to read this book. It's very easy, it's very fun for him to read. So this is kind of where you begin. If you kind of at 6 months plus, the next book that 6 months plus, or I think we started reading these kind of books around when Aravi was 4 or 5 months old, something like that. These are called basically peekaboo books. So they have these flaps where different things are happening. Initially, all your child would want to do is just flap these flaps. That's all you'll want to do. Even still right now, when Aravi is at 19 months, he just loves to do this. That is why, this book is all torn and God knows what else, because he loves to kind of read and see what's behind this. These are the books your children would love. So if you've never ever read a book to your child, if your child does not own a book, I highly recommend you get a peekaboo kind of a book, because that at any age children would enjoy. In fact, even me at 29 years old love to flip it. Next are just books that you normally get. So you have paper books with little bit of stories in them. You have a single book which has like the entire story in it. You have books like these that have like pictures in them, first word books. So let's move on to the next question, which is, how do you read to your child? So if you're not somebody who's comfortable in reading, the easiest way to read to your child is to get one of these books. These are the peekaboo books. I highly recommend Peekaboo Zoo and the Busy Airport, Busy Zoo, Busy series. Basically, they have a lot of books. I'm going to leave links in the description box below so you can check them out. I highly recommend getting something like this if you're not very comfortable with reading yourself. And why I recommend these are because these books especially have a lot of things going on in a single page. So that is where it becomes important. So not just, see, when you're reading to a kid, when you're reading to a toddler or a baby, they don't care what's written here. They will not ever read this. They will not expect you to read this. This is not important. What is important for them is what is happening over here. What are the activities happening? What are the colors? Who are these people? What is this? This is what interests them. And this is like the easiest book to read. So I'm going to show you 3 types of books. One is the easiest one to read. Second is something that's semi-easy, and the last one that I'm going to show you is a difficult book to read because it doesn't have a lot of things on the same page. So this way you'll get an idea of how you can read. So when you have a book like this, of course, you can talk about cars, you can talk about number of cars, 1, 2, you can talk about colors, blue, orange, and then you have your characters. When I first read this book out to Aryaveer, I think was 12 months, around 12 months, 1 year. And at that time, obviously, he wasn't really interested in colors and numbers, but he was interested in the people. So what we did was, there's this whole story about the book basically is the whole story about a family going to the airport and finally going on their holiday. And the book had a lot of characters. So what I told him was, this is Papa, Mama, Arif, Bhaiya, Didi, Dadu, Dadi. So everybody in the family was kind of given a character in this book itself. So that kind of made it very interesting for him. And then of course he loves planes, so he got a plane. In fact, when we went to Goa recently in January, which was again when Aryaveer was a year plus, we took this book along. So at the airport I was reading this to him and showing him, look, we went on the lift, and look, we are now going on the plane. So while we were sitting and waiting for the departures and during the departure, before the departure of the plane, basically while we were waiting around at the airport, we were also reading this book to him because it was very interesting for him to see that, look, security check is going to happen, and we were reading this book before we went to the airport. So that was also kind of interesting. So another, like, a random tip for you guys here, that if you're about to go and take a trip, or if you're about to go to the zoo, or if you're about to go do something, and if you find a book that kind of has that thing in it, like basically for us, we are going to the airport, this book has an airport in it, it got a lot more interesting for him, and of course for us, because we were so excited to show him everything that was in the book. Now let's move on to a book which is kind of difficult. Let's do the difficult one first, and then I'll do like the semi-ish difficult one. So if your child is still young and you get a book like this, which I got loads of because I really wanted to buy a book with all the Hindu gods in it, and as much as I love the fact that this book has Hindu gods in it and I can teach Aryaveer something, this book doesn't have a lot of things in it. Basically, a single page, as you can see, although it does have Saraswati ji and a book, lotus, veena and everything in it, but when you look at it for the first time, you get a little bit confused as what do you tell your child, and then whatever is written isn't a lot and isn't something that a child his age would understand, right? So what do you do? That's let me just find a page that I personally find difficult to read too. Okay, so this page has nothing else. It just says that Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, art and music. Wait, I'm trying to see if there's any page that's even more difficult than this. No, this is a difficult page because except this line that the goddess is, she's the goddess of knowledge, art and music, what else do you say about this page? So here's what you do. You describe what she's sitting on, that's a lotus. You describe what she's wearing a sari. It's white in color, it's a very flowy fabric. It has golden work. Now you're thinking, wait, Rolly, a child as young as like 1.5 years old, you're telling them it's a flowy fabric? How does, like, what? Yes, that's the beauty of the whole thing. Since your baby is too young, the baby doesn't even know anything. They don't know anything and they have to learn everything. So just the fact that the sari is flowing, or it has pleats, or it's a dhoti style sari, even that is information for him. Even that is learning for him. So don't restrict yourself while talking to your child. Don't say, fine, he just has to learn ABC, he just has to learn colors, he just has to learn numbers. No, don't restrict yourself. Tell him everything. Tell him or her that this is a crown, those are earrings, look at the bindi that has little white pearls in it as well, and look, that's the aura. Is that the aura? That's very nice. And that's the blue sky, that's dark blue, this is light blue, that's a column. So see, In this page, when you look at it at the first glance, you're like, oh, what do I talk? And then you just start describing everything. There's a no spin. And what else? You can count the number of leaves of the lotus flower. That's so much that you can do. And that's kind of what amazes the child. The child will not be happy about just reading this word. No. He wants to know all of this. And you don't just say, this is the blue sky. This is dark blue. This is light blue. No. You have to get animated. You have to have your energy level up high. You have to get excited for him. Even if it's the 5th time in the day you're reading him the same book. It has happened. It happens every single day. Aravind sometimes loves just a single book for a couple of days, and for those couple of days I have to read the same book at least 5 to 10 times in a day with the same amount of excitement. But then you have to realize that this is education. You're literally educating your child, and your child doesn't know anything. And if you're not going to be excited about teaching your child something, they will never be excited about learning. And this is not from the perspective of them going to school and getting good marks. No, this is just from the perspective of the fact that they have to live their life. And if they're not excited to learn about life, then how will they live? Next, moving on to this one, which is in a way also difficult, because a word book, what can you say about a simple word book? This is a motorcycle, this is a bicycle, this is a bus, this is a taxi. Eventually your child will learn the words, and what next, right? Plus, even if they learn the words, sometimes they don't, because they can't, like, it's a bus, so now what? So what you can do is, it's a green bus. Do you know how the bus horn sounds? Beep beep says the bus. Do you know the song? Wheels on the bus go round and round. So you tell that child everything and anything you know about the bus, including the fact that this has windows, it's a double-decker bus, it has 4 tires, everything. Whatever comes to your mind, you tell that child about this bus. So this one picture becomes an entire story. You can even tell the child something that happened in your life related to a bus. The cement mixer. Now, this is something my grandmother-in-law actually came up with, because I really got confused. What do I tell him about a cement mixer? The next day, I stumbled upon my my grandmother-in-law, Aravi's great-grandmother, telling Aravi how you put cement and water in this, and then it mixes, and then you put linter in the roof. And as I entered, Aravi was like, linter, like this helps in putting the roof up. And I was really surprised that he learned that. And that's something worth learning. It's something he has to learn. That's how amazingly you can teach your child something more with a simple word book. Then when a child becomes a little more older and a little more used to reading books, you can obviously move ahead with little word books. Word books like these, which have a little bit of story in them, just a couple of lines and a story, an interesting story. So this is a book about this girl who took her dog out for a walk, and then the book ate the dog. So what I do is I kind of try and be animated. So when I read to him, this is how I read. Something very odd happened. Bella's dog disappeared. Aravi, where is the dog, Aravi? So, I involve him that, where did it go? What happened? Where is the dog? I can't see the dog, That's kind of how you get, when you're reading a story book out to a child, that's kind of how you involve the child. You involve the child and ask him about the story, and ask him or her, what happened? How did this go? It doesn't matter if they answer correctly or incorrectly. You just have to involve them and get them excited about it. And the last question that I want to answer is, when do you read to your child? So is there a fixed time? Is there an ideal time? Should I just be reading at bedtime? So I know a lot of parents like to read at bedtime, and up until quite recently we hadn't been reading at bedtime. We just read whenever Aravind wanted to read, or whenever I wanted to read to him. So I think one of the most ideal answer is, read at least once a day on your own. If your child comes to you with a book in hand, so you make sure that all these books are accessible to your child at all times. Even if it means that you have to pick up, like the child throws the books down on the floor, and to pick it up for the 20th time that day, doesn't matter. Make sure that books are near the child, and the child is able to pick out a book, because from a very young age, Aravi is still young, but From again, when he turned around 1 year old, from then Aravi would pick the book he wanted to read out of the pile of book and then give it to me. So a baby, a child knows what they want to read. Let them pick on their own, let them come to you on their own, and if your child is giving you a book to read, read it. Don't say no. Don't say no, go play, or just we'll read later, go do this. No, if you want to inculcate a good habit of reading books, and if you want to inculcate, is that the right word? If you basically want a child to get curious and if you want a child to learn more, then stop whatever you're doing and read the book to the child. Never ever say when your child, oh my god, this happened in front of me and I was really furious, but I couldn't stop it. But one of this incident that happened to me was a baby was trying to get his mother's attention, and she was kind of telling her mother to please read this book to me, and her mother, she wasn't doing anything. She wasn't doing anything at all. She took the book from the child, kept it aside and said, wait, I'll open on the TV, go watch TV. I get really furious when people do this. I understand when you're busy and when you can't, that's a different thing. But please never ever say no to your child for a book and then sit them in front of a TV. That's the worst thing you can do to your child. Not just the fact because technology is evil, but for the simple reason that, I mean, why would you? I don't know. I can't understand why anybody would do that. I can't tell you why anybody would do that. I don't know. I am just so angry right now. Point of the matter is that if your child wants you to read a book, read a book. It's the best gift you can give to your child. It's the most wonderfulest of things you can do for your child. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That was my advice on how to read to your child. If you like the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and do share this with your friends. If you found it helpful, please share it, because I'm pretty sure new parents would find it helpful as well. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon.